right, everybody, let's get some cheering in the audience. Let's get some cheering.
Come on, guys, louder. Give it up for Zelos. Come on. Silent Control. Come on, scream. Go.
Do we have fans of Doyuna? All right, for Silent Control and Zelos, good game, good luck, have fun. We're about to get this game started here at the 2005 World Cyber Games Grand Finals in Singapore with worldwide sponsors Samsung and premier sponsors Intel and Razer. I'm really looking forward to watching this match, even if it is Terran versus Terran. It's really not my favorite matchup, but I think both these players are gonna give us a good show.
I got to say, Terran vs. Terran is actually one of my favorite matchups to watch. Both, I don't know, it's always long, dramatic games.
Anyway, let's talk about the starting locations. We've got both players starting in the lower part of the map and the left side of the map. I'm not sure which player is which color. There we go.
There we go.
We've got Zelos at the 6 o'clock location here, and again, both players playing Terran. We've got Silent Control in the 9 o'clock position here, and again, the map is Estrella. What do you think we can expect on this map, Nick?
There's a lot of different ways you can open. I don't, in my personal opinion, now I am a Protoss player, so this is just my opinion, but I don't believe that fast expand is necessarily the way to go. I'm guessing we're either going to be seeing 2-port Wraith or 2 factory with, I don't know, bike drops, tank drops, Goliath drops. It just depends. What we can expect to see is the players scouting with their barracks, since Terran buildings 10 fly and Marines as defense are not really necessary. They're just going to build a barracks, float it off, and try to find each other as fast as possible.
And I have to say, I think usually, for some reason, players like to go like counterclockwise. That's just the way I noticed that players like to go for some reason. And I'm just going to say that I think Silent Control is going to find his opponent first. But we do have the refinery going down now for Silent Control, and refinery going down now as well for Zelos. So we're seeing almost a mirror start. I believe we've got both buildings building at almost exactly the same time. Racks going down now for Zelos. I'm sorry, for Silent Control. Zelos putting his racks down now. So Silent Control a bit quicker off the start with his strategy. And do you think both players are going to be expecting this strategy?
You mean the barracks scout?
With the refinery first?
Gas is integral to producing the units necessary to defeat a Terran opponent. So, and the fact that this is an island map means that Marines aren't needed that early. So normally, it's quite common for players to get their gas first over the barracks, so they can get more Wraiths, tanks, Goliaths, dropships, things of that sort. I have noticed right now, Zelos at the south has positioned his barracks on the far left side of his island, and presumably that would mean that he's going to be scouting the far left position where Silent Control is, where Silent Control has put his barracks at the top of his the top northern area of his island, and he will be scouting the north.
I think they did that just to prove me wrong.
Not looking good now.
Anyway, we've got both players lifting their barracks off the ground and doing a little bit of scouting. Again, Silent Control seems to be a bit quicker with his factory going down now for Silent Control. I haven't seen the factory go down yet for Zelos, but it's almost completed here for Silent Control. He's got about 1,000 hit points on it so far. Throwing down another factory here for Silent Control. So he's going with the dual factory to start off, and looking at his opponent, he's doing the same thing.
Yeah, it looks like they're both opening with the same build. Obviously, they've gone through hundreds of possible openers here, and have pretty much concluded that 2 factory is going to be the safest, the best way to go. The real question is going to be, are they going to get tanks, Goliaths? I've sometimes seen bikes with mines dropped early. I see an armory now thrown down for Silent Control. So the Goliaths are probably going to be his method, where with Zelos now I'm seeing starports, or a starport I should say.
We do have starports going down for both players, I believe. Meanwhile, taking a look inside Silent Control's base, he's built his starport pretty far off. Do you think he's trying to conceal it from Zelos?
That's definitely a possibility. But now with the barracks both in each other's bases, or at least I should say Zelos's barracks in Silent Control's base. I didn't see much of an option. Remember that Silent Control his barracks has not made it to Zelos's base yet, so he's still in the dark. He doesn't know if Zelos is fast expanding or getting wraiths or what.
We've got a control tower going down now on the starports for both players, as well as I believe I saw a machine shop at one of the factories of Silent Control. Again, Zelos seems to be just a little bit slower building his buildings than Silent Control. First Goliath's going to pop now for Silent Control, going after the racks of Zelos that was out and scouting, and not going to be able to finish it off, but those Goliaths do force it away from the area, at least partially early on. Anyway, we do have the machine shop now for Zelos. He's starting to crank out some units, and I think we're. Do you expect we're going to see some Goliath drops coming from both of these players?
Yeah, I definitely would. I didn't actually see earlier because of where the screen was located that both these players are in fact doing the exact same builds. Both two factories, both armories, and both getting starports. And now I'm seeing that both of them have chased each other's barracks out of their bases. But note that the barracks are not burning down, which is good because if you lose your barracks, you can't make more factories. So this has been, the players are playing identically so far. We're going to have to wait and see who makes the first move.
Dropship has popped now here for Zelos, as well as Silent Control. Both players dropping down 4 Goliaths. Oh no, I believe Silent Control only with 3. No, he's hitting the other one. Here comes some SCVs for Zelos. Zelos going to get a kill here. There it goes. Finishing off those Goliaths is Zelos. And Silent Control taking a beating here on his scouting racks. He's going to try and get it away from the fight as SCVs coming down to do a little reparations to those Goliaths. The Goliaths will finish off that racks fairly easily. Not too much in the way of an obstruction. And it appears that we've got the dropship coming on over, going to pick those Goliaths up again. And I'm seeing a unit moving on down towards Zelos' base. Silent Control trying to do a little bit of a sneaky sneak. Bring down his dropship. Zelos expecting it. Sees the drop with an SCV. And Silent Control going to try and kill off that SCV. Not going to happen. Zelos moving down to the lower left portions of the map. Going to drop some units and force Silent Control to back off.
It looks like both players are just trying to fight for control of the central area of the map. Remember, these players start out on an island, but once you get off that island, the rest of the map is connected. So if you can't get off your island and start expanding, you're going to be in some hot waters. So it looks like right now Zelos has a little bit of an edge. He's killed a few Goliaths of his opponents that have been dropped in the central area of the map. But, I'm sure Silent Control has, played so many games on this map. He's ready for anything.
We've got 2 expansions going down now here for both players, or 1 for each. Zelos is going to be building in the lower right portion of the map, and we've got Silent Control building at the top middle, and here comes Zelos inside the main base of Silent Control, dropping 8 Goliaths inside the main base. 1 Goliath going down here for Zelos. Zelos going to lose 2 Goliaths. He tries to get out, taking several hits on his dropship. Dropship goes down. And that's going to be a big hurt there for Zelos as Silent Control doing some damage there. And he's playing a little bit more defensive. He's going to start doing some drops now, I think, as he brings some units on over and gets ready for it.
It's been a back-and-forth game so far, Whack. I'm going to have to say, all right, another drop in the center of the map. These dropships keep running into each other and unloading the Goliaths as fast as they can. I got to say, it looks like Silent Control actually has the edge right now. His has about, I believe, 7 Goliaths on low ground outside of Zelos' base, making dropships and making it a little bit more difficult for them to get out of there.
We've got Silent Control picking up some more Goliaths. I think he's trying to contain Zelos as best as he can. We've got Zelos again with that lower right expo. Silent Control has not seen it yet, so I think he's going to do a little bit of scouting right now as I see some Goliaths heading on over through the middle of the map. And we do have Silent Control with that expo undefended. Here comes Silent Control. Silent Control making his way to the lower right, positioning his units so that they group up, not allowing them to stray too far from each other. Here comes Silent Control. Silent Control putting that refinery down. He's not going to allow Zelos to get that going. And here goes the command center under attack. Zelos going to take that opportunity to do a bit of a counterattack, sending off 2 dropships full of Goliaths. And he's going to position those between the 2 bases, possibly to catch any more dropships from his opponent.
It looks like right now I'm going to have to say Silent Control has the edge. Silent Control is, yes, just now destroyed Zelos' expansion. Also important to note, Silent Control opted to expand to the northern island rather than the central platform where everything else is connected. That's going to be difficult for Zelos to get to. Excuse me.
Big attack going on as Zelos going to chase after Silent Control here. Silent Control regrouping, forcing Zelos to back off. One unit in the red as Zelos chasing after him gets the kill. And Silent Control going to bring in some more Goliaths to try and finish off Silent Control. Silent Control taking a beating here. Zelos going to finish off several Goliaths. And that's going to be all she wrote for the middle of the map as Zelos takes control of it finally. Silent Control has done some major damage, though. We've got some action going on at the top of the map as now Zelos has found his opponent's expansion. He's going to make a beeline for it or possibly go for an attack inside the main base of Silent Control.
It looks like now with almost all of Silent Control's Goliaths gone, Zelos is going to take this opportunity to wipe out this Northern Island expansion that Silent Control was using. This is going to put the game back to square one. Neither players have been able to expand. They've just been beating each other up now. Now I'm looking on the map and I'm seeing that Silent Control is sending his dropships while his expansion dies, sending his dropships down to Zelos' main. About to go in there and drop. All right, Goliath shooting on the dropships.
Zelos doing a good job taking out one of the dropships before it's able to drop all its units, and Zelos going to force Silent Control back a bit. Silent Control has dropped his Goliaths pretty well. Here come the SCVs of Zelos. He's going to try and do some damage to these Goliaths. I've seen him do it versus Midas before, and he managed to beat the Goliaths. So here come the SCVs trying to save the day, and that's not going to be enough to help out Zelos' main base. Zelos now going to have to retreat from that top middle portion of the map. I don't know if he's taken out that command center fully, but he will bring in some units to reinforce his main base. The economy damage has been done, though, and Zelos has taken quite the big hit here.
I saw a lot of SCVs die back there. I'm going to have to say right now, in my opinion, I think Silent Control has just a little bit of an edge. But, anything can happen right now. This game has been so back and forth. I'm now seeing Zelos setting up a command center on the closest expansion to him, the one right on low ground outside of his base, trying to secure that. Silent Control's command center still burning down, but other than that, not taking too much damage. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to save it, though.
Got several SCVs for Silent Control standing around as he brings his Goliaths up through the middle portion of the map. Silent Control positioning his units just outside of his main base, possibly getting himself ready for another drop as we've got... I believe that command center has floated off. It is burning. 3 Marines pegging away. There it goes. And no more expos for Silent Control. Silent Control could be setting himself up for another one. Zelos anticipating some good timing here. Possibly sees that expo coming soon. He's going to try and position his units to get up near the middle. He's got Goliaths moving through the middle of the map. We've got 3 factories right now for Zelos, as Zelos bringing his units up, running into the scouting racks of his opponent, Silent Control. Going to try and finish it off. There it goes. Hasta luego barracks. And here come more Goliaths coming from his opponent, Silent Control. Silent Control bringing his Goliaths in with, I believe, 3 or 4 dropships, bringing them down through the middle. And again, Zelos with the only expo right now on the map near his main base.
I am noticing now that both players have upgraded the weapons attack for their Goliaths, so it's still going to be dead even. It's just going to be up to who can micro their Goliaths better, who's got more Goliaths. Goliath fighting Goliaths in the center of the map. It looks like Zelos has more, but I can't quite tell.
No, it appears Silent Control has more. Silent Control doing some
Silent
major
Control's
damage.
got more.
There we go. Silent Control doing some major hurt on Zelos. Zelos going to try and reinforce his lines, setting his dropships down, one to head up the attack and possibly draw some fire from those Goliaths. Silent Control's not going to take it, finishing off Zelos' attempt to take control back of the middle of the map. And here comes Silent Control, moving his way down towards the bottom of the map, bringing in 2 more dropships I see heading that way. And now his expansion is under some serious fire. Silent Control bringing in 2 more dropships. I believe just one filled with Goliaths, possibly setting another one off to protect the middle of the map. And Silent Control will kill off this expo pretty easily.
I have not seen Zelos' face look more nervous, anxious, upset. Remember, neither of these players have actually set up expansions to get money. This game has been so intense. It looks like right now, though, if I had to put money on it, I would put it on Silent Control. Zelos is down on Goliaths, and just now, Silent Control is landing his first dropship with SCVs in it to finally start getting some more cash flow.
I think something we need to touch on is that Silent Control already did take a pretty severe loss in the group rounds. He took a loss to Raz Reason. We casted that match, I believe that was yesterday, and it was a great match. But Silent Control did lose pretty early on. So I'm just wondering, he's doing such a great job right now. I guess he was able to shake that off rather quickly. And just from seeing him over at the player area, he seemed in pretty good spirits. So the only thing I could say is that, he was able to shake that off pretty darn quick.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. After seeing how Silent Control performed so poorly yesterday, losing to Testy, losing to Raz Reason, it was a bit of a surprise to, I think, to all us StarCraft players. I was fairly sure that he would not do very well against Zelos, who has crushed everybody in his group. But you know what? I have to say, this has been one of the most surprising StarCraft WCGs so far. I don't see Silent Control losing this one, but we're just going to have to watch and wait and see what happens.
Some more scouting going on as Silent Control sending some units up to another expansion point here at the 1 o'clock position on Estrella. Getting his command center down, as well is Silent Control. Again, he's trying to get his other expo going. He has gotten the close one down, and we got some drop ships from Zelos. Zelos sending himself some units over to the main base of Silent Control, anticipating some good timing here and some good dropship pickups and attacks coming from Silent Control. I think he will be able to defend this pretty easily. Yes, he does. 2 more Goliaths pop out of the factories, and that's going to be enough to finish off Zelos' attack. Now, that has to be a big hit on Zelos. I know he's trying to draw some attention away from his expos, but that is definitely a big hit. He lost his close expo. He does have another one up, but now Silent Control will be getting his second expo up very soon. That's got to be really rough on Zelos.
Absolutely. And important to note, Silent Control is not aware of the hidden expo that Zelos has just barely managed to put up on the top right corner of the screen. I don't think it's going to matter, though, after he threw away all of those Goliaths in Silent Control's main. To be honest with you, Wack, there's been a lot of Goliaths killing each other. It's been a little bit back and forth, but I'm still going to have to say Zelos is going to lose. Some dropships trying to get out of Zelos' base right now. Goliaths saying, get back in there, you're not going anywhere.
And dropship taking a bit of damage there as Zelos getting caught yet again by Silent Control. Silent Control almost in complete control of knowing exactly where his opponent is at all times. He's doing some good scouting, some good prediction, and it's really paid off for him in this map. We've got him moving to the right portions of the map right now with some dropships, anticipating that expo, sending some dropships over there. We're going to see a big attack, and if Zelos loses this expo, this might be GG.
All right, this is a completely undefended expo. Zelos' only expo, now discovered by Silent Control. Goliath just massacring these SCVs. SCVs trying to get out of here, saying, man, I wish I had guns like Goliath did, but we don't. And I sure wish Zelos had played the game a little bit better, because I don't think we're going to win.
Zelos is now running into the units of Silent Control. He's done his own little drop here at the close expo for Silent Control. Silent Control going to be able to micro away his SCVs. Very quick on the control is Silent Control, as he has done some major damage to the expo of Zelos. Zelos now doing some fighting inside Silent Control's expo. Goodbye, expo. And now Silent Control left with just the one, and Zelos left with none. He has lost all of his minerals at his main base, as well as Silent Control. And we've got another little fight going on here.
All right, I gotta say, I'm surprised now. Zelos managed to do an excellent counterattack to Silent Control's expansion, and has now shot that down as well. Zelos attacking Silent Control's only expansion. Remember, Zelos doesn't have any more expansions. He has to kill this base. It's going to be close, guys.
Silent Control trying to reinforce the lines. Zelos going to come down. Here come the SCVs, and he's going to attack from behind. Nice job with these SCVs. He will be able to kill off Zelos. Silent Control able to defend his expo at the top left portion of this map, and I know that was a major loss there for Zelos. We got another push coming in here by Zelos. Zelos bringing his units over to the main base now of Silent Control.
GG, everybody!
Good game, and
Zelos has lost the first game, everybody. A bit of a surprise for all of us. Let me tell you something. I gotta say, I was impressed by both players' control of their units that game. It was so back and forth. They were killing each other's expos off, but Silent Control, he made it out there by the skin of his teeth.
Absolutely. You know, look, those scores were fairly close. We just had a really good game, and we're going to have another one, folks. That's right. It is best 2 of 3. So whoever wins 2 maps will move on in these brackets. This is the round of 16, so I believe if you do lose, that you're out of the tournament.
There is no losers bracket. If you're out after this, you're out for good. I could see from where I'm sitting, Zelos reviewing that replay real fast, thinking, all right, what happened back there? I know I practiced. I gotta see if I can pull it together next time.
Next map coming up soon. Test. All right, folks, welcome back to the main stage. We've got the second map of Zelos versus Silent Control. Be sure to grab a seat. Some good games and some fun will be had by all. So be sure to grab a seat here at the main stage of the 2005 World Cyber Games here at the Grand Finals in Singapore.
We're in between a match right now. We're waiting for the players to get ready. Zelos reviewing a replay of his last game. I can't see what Silent Control's doing, but he's probably giving himself a little bit of an attaboy for knocking Zelos down so badly.
Zelos seems to look okay. He's not completely, lost his focus.
Not too shooken up, no.
Silent Control also looking pretty good here. He's making sure that he's keeping that stern face on. I think that might be for the TV. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, let's talk here about the next map. I believe we've got ourselves quite the map. It's going to be, I believe, Paranoid Android yet again. So we've seen quite a few matches on this map so far, and I think Nick said that he was running out of words to describe it. But why don't you try again?
I've talked about this map so many times, but you know what? I don't get tired of watching games on it. We got Paranoid Android. The 2 starting locations, one at the top, one at the right. That river dividing it diagonally. It's going to be an interesting map for Terran versus Terran. I'm guessing either Wraiths used like 2-port Wraiths openings, or maybe 2 factories with Goliath drops. We're going to have to watch and see what happens, though.
Definitely. And I have to wonder just a little bit as to whether or not these fans for Zelos were disappointed with his play. Do they still have confidence in him, or have they given up all hope?
Well, it's more than possible for Zelos to come back and win this. I mean, he's done it in Korea in tournaments and leagues. He could do it here. I have to say, from playing in tournaments myself, there's nothing more uncomfortable than losing the first game and knowing that you have to win the next 2.
I would say losing the third game would be probably the most uncomfortable for me. But anyway, we're about to get started, folks. We're going to have the next map starting up here. Let's get some cheering for your favorite players. Come on, people.
Give it up, people. Come on. Zelos versus Silent Control. Come on, start cheering.
All right, here we go. We're underway.